Okay, this is about Charlie horses. You're looking at the food I'm about to eat. I'm still in the nursing home a few minutes after I made the other 5 videos. This is 6. I'm going to make one more after this. I'm going to hold off eating until I do that, because doing this is like food for me. And but do you know what is a Charlie horse? You understand what I mean by Charlie horse? What causes it? I mean, not what it is. It's young people get them often. You get a pain in your leg real bad, and it hurts. It's a cramp in the leg, and you can get cramps in any muscle in your body, especially on the extremities. The Charlie horse that's in the leg that teenagers get and others get often, and there's a pain so bad, and it controls your whole. I mean, it's tough. I had some when I was a teen. I didn't fully know this or believe it, so I didn't do it. But one of the old Boy Scout books I had that was old, and I've only seen this ever that I realized in one first aid book. It was very old, and I haven't seen it in newer ones. And I can't do this well because I can't show you. I can just say it, but I'll try to say it. Say you get a cramp in your leg, in your thigh. Now you need to do this with 2 hands, not one. And you put one hand like this, and you put the other hand like this at the same time, and you only pull in one direction towards you. You only pull in one direction towards your heart. Whatever you're pulling, you go towards your heart, and you do it with 2 hands 3 times on each side, not back and forth, not away from the heart, towards the heart. 3 rubs, and 90% of the time after the 3rd rub, almost instantly the cramp will stop, the pain will stop, the tightness will stop, and you'll feel relieved. And now that is a wonderful thing, and I'm very certain that it's true and it works because I've done it many, many, many times since I'm a teenager when I learned that in the Boy Scouts, looking up and learning about first aid. So that's now what causes a Charlie horse. 90% of the time, it's this problem of potassium and sodium. Your body needs, for every unit or gram or microgram of sodium, it needs 23.5 grams of potassium, or units of potassium. And like the fella just said to me on the phone, "Oh, you have to worry you get too much potassium." Forgive me. The way our food is so loaded with sodium, there's so much sodium. You should have, for every 200 micrograms of sodium, you should have 4,700 micrograms of potassium. And generally speaking, most of us get about 4,000 units of sodium, and we're lucky if we get 200 of potassium. So it's absolutely the opposite way. And there's something in biology you learn, it's called the potassium-sodium pump, or maybe it's the sodium-potassium pump. Every cell wall in your body has it, and they're pumping it back and forth. But if you get the wrong mixture of potassium and sodium, and you have the wrong mixture of minerals, there's others, magnesium and manganese and zinc, there's a whole lot of them. There's a certain percentage of them you need. If you have that right, a lot of health problems won't be that are if you don't have them right. And cramps are caused by a poor balance of those things in your diet and in your blood. And that's what starts to cause it. But what's going on in your muscle when you get a cramp, muscles work on electricity. They really do. And the electricity flows through in a certain way. And then without improper electrolytes are from minerals, the potassium and other things. When you have them in balance properly, then you're going to end up with a cramp. And because electricity is going to, the cramps are going on, the electricity is running around like crazy back and forth, and that's why the cramp muscle tightens up. But if you do what I showed you, 2 hands towards the heart, wherever it is. In the lower leg, you do it towards the heart. If it's in the toe, anywhere, you do it. Finger, and you can get them all those places. We don't usually, but you rub 3 times towards the heart. If that doesn't work, pause and rub it 3 more times. Don't rub back and forth. That'll make it worse. And don't rub away from the heart. Now, I don't know why, but maybe just to make it simple, I don't know, but don't rub towards the heart. And now, another video, I'll explain to you, if you believe me, what to do about hiccups. And now, this is what I'm going to have to eat. And there's chicken, which you see my other video, you understand why chicken is not something I would ever want to eat. I don't eat any chicken, and I don't eat any eggs, generally speaking, because of what I tell about the eggs on my egg video about eggs. And I'm going to eat these, all these salads and this what is this? Cucumber. And I had to wait all day for all my meals to come in here, so I'll know how much salad I'm going to have. I don't have any potassium left except in this oregano, and I'm using too much oregano. I would use a balance of different ones together. If I do this, I'll use all this up tonight, by overloading myself with oregano to try and balance some of the sodium that's going to come in me if I eat the chicken or if I eat the other food that I was given. Of course, I had to hold it all till the night, and they make a big issue, a big problem for me about keeping food in my room. Though that's crazy. Chicken mixed with macaroni and all kinds of salt on there, sodium galore, and they give me soup, which is loaded with sodium. If they give it to me, sometimes they don't give it to me. And sodium crackers. And when I'm at home taking care of my own health, I eat no sodium, so little sodium. You eat more salt. I eat in a month. I don't eat as much salt as most of you people eat in a day. And then you do have to then balance the potassium, because if you get too much potassium and not enough sodium, you can have a problem also. They got to be in balance. You increase your sodium, you increase your potassium. The heart doctors are all giving misinformation to their customers. They tell you not to eat salt. That salt causes your blood pressure to raise. And there's a way it does, because it can soak up water, and that can make your blood thicker. But that's not what goes on. What goes on is that you have to balance potassium and sodium together. Best thing is to have little sodium and little potassium in balance. And that means you eat a salt-free diet. Now, how do you have a salt-free diet? You use lemon juice instead of salt. We'll talk about that in a lemon juice video. But I'm not trying to tell you what to do. And I don't know everything. You know things I don't know. I'd be glad to hear about them from you. But God teaches us we're supposed to care about others and love one another. And God wants us to know things and share it with each other. And the whole world, the doctors and the food people are making a fortune off of us by feeding us in a way that's harmful to us, and then doctoring us in ways that I'm in a nursing home. And the food they give me, if I was healthy, would cause me eventually to have high blood pressure and diabetes, and then I would end up needing dialysis. Now, isn't that crazy? But that's what's going on. And if you listen to the stuff we're sharing, you'll learn lots of things, like how to get rid of a cramp in a minute instead of suffering for a while. And if you don't, well, now we're going to go too long here, but look. Gatorade is really good. You take Gatorade when you do a lot of sweating, because that makes minerals go out of you along with water. But I'll teach you how to make your own Gatorade. Make this, try to finish this in half a minute. You get grape juice, real good grape juice. Best if you can get it not from concentrate. And you mix half grape juice with half pure water, purified water, distilled water, or just plain water from the tap. And that will be Gatorade. It will be basically the same thing as Gatorade. It will do the same job for you. And it's not cheaper than Gatorade, but it's better. Gatorade is a chemistry they're trying to imitate any kind of juice like grape juice or good apple juice mixed with water. That's what they're doing. Thank you. Goodbye. God bless you. We love you.